Welcome to Election Night in America 2024. We have the incumbent president, Joe Biden, who will be facing off the former president, Donald Trump, in a rematch from 2020. And now taking a look at the favorability rating of these two candidates, Donald Trump is more favorable over his opponent, Joe Biden, by roughly 3 percentage points, with 17% undecided. And now taking a look at the approval rating of Joe Biden, he has an approval rating of 40% and is disapproved of by 54%, meaning he is underwater by net negative 14 percentage points. Now taking a look at Georgia polling, they suggest that Donald Trump is the heavy favorite to win this state. Polls out of Arizona suggest that Donald Trump is also favored to win this state. And then polls out of Wisconsin show that it is a toss-up, a dead tie between these two candidates. And taking a look at the battle for control of the U.S. Senate between the majority leader, Chuck Schumer, and the minority Republican leader, John Thune. Now taking a look at the preferred political party in Congress, Republicans and Democrats are both tied equally at 44% according to nationwide polling data, with 13% undecided. And now polls out of Montana's Senate race suggest John Tester, the Democratic incumbent, is favored to win his seats. And then Nevada polls suggest that Jackie Rosen is expected to win her race as well for the Democratic Party, and then Sherrod Brown is currently in the lead according to polls in Ohio. We now have our 7 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these states. Kentucky, 8 electoral votes. Former President Donald Trump is a projected winner in this state. And now Indiana's 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump is projected to win this state. No surprise here. Take a look at Indiana's Senate race. Jim Banks will hold on to his seat for the GOP. And then Indiana's governor's gubernatorial race. Mike Brewan will hold on to this race for the Republicans. And then out of South Carolina, Donald Trump is a projected winner. Polls have now closed in this state. We now can project Joe Biden will win his first state tonight of Vermont with its 3 electoral votes. And now, no surprise here, Senator Bernie Sanders will hold on to his seat as an independent. And now, a key race update out of Georgia's swing state. This is a must-win for Trump. It is currently too early to call, with 12% in, and Biden holds a double-digit lead at the moment. We now can project that incumbent President Joe Biden will win Virginia's 13 electoral votes with a margin of 6 percentage points. We now can project that Virginia's Senate race will go to Tim Kaine. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. And an update on the Senate map, Republicans are currently at 39 seats and Democrats trailing at 29 seats with just 1 independent seat. We now have our 7:30 p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from the East Coast of these 3 states. West Virginia's 4 electoral votes. Former President Donald Trump is projected to win the state. And now to West Virginia's Senate race, Jim Justice. This is going to be a flip for the GOP for the first time tonight, replacing Joe Manchin, who is retiring. And now West Virginia's governor's gubernatorial race, Patrick Morrisey, is going to be a hold for the Republicans. And then out of North Carolina, an update on this swing state, too early to call at the moment, with 23% in, and Joe Biden holds a lead. And out of Ohio, former President Donald Trump will pick up its 17 electoral votes. No surprise here. And out of Ohio's Senate race, an update on here. It is too early to call, with Sherrod Brown in the lead at the moment. We now have our update on the map to 270, 49 electoral votes for Donald Trump and Joe Biden at 16 electoral votes. We now have our 8 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these states. Oklahoma's 7 electoral votes. Former President Donald Trump will win this state. And then Tennessee, Trump is going to pick up this state's 11 electoral votes as well. No surprise here out of Tennessee's Senate race, Marshall Blackburn. This is going to be a hold for the GOP. And then Mississippi, Donald Trump will pick up its 6 electoral votes. No surprise here, safe Republican states. And then Mississippi's Senate race, Roger Wicker will hold on to his seat for the Republicans. And then Alabama's 9 electoral votes, Donald Trump is going to win this state. Polls have now closed in Missouri. 10 electoral votes belongs to Donald Trump's column. Out of Missouri's Senate race, Josh Hawley will hold on to his seat for the GOP. Missouri's governor's gubernatorial race, Jay Ashcroft will hold on to his. And another update on the key battleground state of Georgia. Too early to call, with 28% of the estimated vote is in. Joe Biden holds his lead at the moment. We now can project that Donald Trump will win Florida with its 30 electoral votes. He's going to win it by a projected margin of 8 percentage points, 54% to Joe Biden's 46%. And out of Florida's Senate race, Rick Scott will hold on to this seat, replacing Marco Rubio for the Republicans. And then an update on Ohio's Senate race, Sherrod Brown is currently in the lead, but keep in mind it is too early to call at the moment. And out of Maine, Donald Trump will win its 2nd congressional district. No surprise here. Now to Maine's Senate race, Angus King, the independent, will hold on to his seat. No surprise here. Now to District of Columbia, Joe Biden will pick up its 3 electoral votes, safe Democratic states. Now to Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state. Massachusetts Senate race, Elizabeth Warren, the incumbent Democrat, will hold on to her seats. And then Illinois, with its 19 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will hold on to this state. No surprise here. An update on the battleground state of North Carolina, remains too early to call with 41% in, and Joe Biden is currently in the lead at the moment. Out of Maryland, with its 10 electoral votes, Joe Biden is the projected winner in this state. In Maryland Senate race, Angela Alsobrooks is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. And then out of Delaware, with its 3 electoral votes, Biden's home state, he's going to pick it up. No shocker here. And out of Delaware Senate race, Lisa Rochester will hold on to this seat for the Democratic Party. And Delaware's governor's gubernatorial race, Bethany Long will hold on to this race for the Democrats. And out of New Jersey's 14 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state. No surprise here, out of New Jersey's Senate race, Andrew Kim will hold on to this seat for the Democrats. And out of Connecticut, with its 7 electoral votes, polls have now closed here, Biden will win this state. We can now project that Connecticut's Senate race will go to Chris Murphy, the incumbent Democrat, for a hold. No surprise here. Now to Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will pick up this state. And in Rhode Island Senate race, Sheldon Whitehouse will hold on to his seat for the Democratic Party. And Joe Biden will pick up Maine's 3 out of the 4 districts. No surprise here. Now to Pennsylvania, this is a must-win for the Biden campaign. It is currently too early to call at the moment, with 44% in, and Donald Trump is currently in the lead. And now out of Pennsylvania's Senate race, we now can project the incumbent Democrat Bob Casey will hold on to his seat. No surprise here. And out of New Hampshire, too close to call, with 67% of the expected vote is in, and Joe Biden is currently leading Donald Trump at the moment. An update on the Senate race, 44 seats for the GOP. Democrats are trailing at just 36 seats, with 2 independent seats. An update on the race to 270, Donald Trump is currently in the lead at the moment with 123 electoral votes, and Joe Biden at just 90 electoral votes. We now have our 8:30 p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from just one state. No surprise here, Arkansas, 6 electoral votes, former President Donald Trump will win this state. An update on the battleground state of Georgia, too early to call, 47% in, a must-win for Donald Trump, and Joe Biden is currently in the lead at the moment. Now to Ohio Senate race, it is currently too early to call with 52% in. Sherrod Brown holds a 6-point lead, but it is narrowing down. And now an update on battleground state of North Carolina, too close to call with 54% in, and Donald Trump takes the lead for the first time in this state. And an update on Pennsylvania, remains too early to call at the moment, 44% in, and Donald Trump is still in the lead. An update on the map to 270, Donald Trump expands his lead at 129 electoral votes, and Joe Biden remains at just 90 electoral votes. We now have our 9 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from a big batch of states. South Dakota's 3 electoral votes, no surprise here, Trump is going to hang on to this state. Wyoming's 3 electoral votes, President Trump will win this state as well. And then Wyoming's Senate race, John Barrasso will hold on to this seat for the Republicans. And then North Dakota, 3 electoral votes, Donald Trump is a projected winner. Polls now closed in North Dakota's Senate race, Kevin Cramer will hold on to this seat for the Republicans. And North Dakota's governor's gubernatorial race, Tammy Miller, this is going to be a hold for the GOP. And then polls have now closed in Louisiana, 8 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. An update on Ohio's Senate race, too close to call, 61% in. Sherrod Brown is currently in the lead at the moment, but it is getting closer. Now to Nebraska, Donald Trump will pick up its 5 electoral votes. And the Nebraska Senate race, Deb Fischer will hold on to this seat for the Republicans. An update on the key battleground state of Georgia, a must-win for Trump. It is now too close to call, with 59% of the estimated vote is in, and Joe Biden is currently in the lead at the moment. And now out of Kansas, 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. An update on the Rust Belt state of Pennsylvania, too close to call with 59% in, and Donald Trump is currently in the lead over Joe Biden at the moment. We now can project that incumbent President Joe Biden will pick up New York's 28 electoral votes. No surprise here, as this is a stronghold for the Democratic Party. And in that New York's Senate race, Kirsten Gillibrand will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. We now can project that Donald Trump will win North Carolina's 16 electoral votes. 82% in, Donald Trump's projected margin is 4%, 52% to Joe Biden's 48%. We now can call the race of North Carolina for Donald Trump. Now, North Carolina's governor's gubernatorial race, this is going to be a flip for the Republicans. Mark Robinson will be their next governor. He's going to win by a projected margin of 2 percentage points, defeating Josh Stein 51% to 49%, with 96% of the estimated vote is in. Now, out of Colorado, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state with its 10 electoral votes. We now can project that incumbent President Joe Biden will win New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes by a projected margin of 4 percentage points, with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at 12% of the votes. And now another update on the Sunbelt state of Texas. It is too early to call, and Biden is currently in the lead at the moment. But we can make a projection out of Texas Senate race. Ted Cruz will hold on to his seat for the Republicans. And now out of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state. And the New Mexico Senate race, Martin Heinrich will hold on to his seat for the Democratic Party. No surprise here. An update on the state of Arizona. This is a must-win for Donald Trump. It is currently too early to call at the moment with just 51% in, and Joe Biden holds a double-digit lead. And out of Arizona Senate race, it is too early to call, and Ruben Gallego is currently in the lead at the moment. We now can project that incumbent President Joe Biden is going to win Minnesota's 10 electoral votes with a projected margin of 5%, defeating Donald Trump with 88% in. And as well as Minnesota Senate race, Amy Klobuchar will win this seat for the Democratic Party. This is going to be a hold. An update on the rest of the state of Wisconsin. It is currently too early to call at the moment, with 48% of the estimated voters in, and Donald Trump is currently in the lead at the moment. As well as Wisconsin's Senate race, Tammy Baldwin will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. And then out of Michigan, it is too close to call. With 70% in, Donald Trump holds a 4% lead over Joe Biden at the moment. And now out of Michigan's Senate race, Alyssa Slotkin will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. This is going to be a hold. And now an update on the Senate map. Republicans at 50 seats, almost clinching. Donald Trump at 173 electoral votes, and Joe Biden is catching up at 147 electoral votes. We now have our 10 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these 4 states. Utah, 6 electoral votes. Donald Trump is a projected winner in this state. And out of Utah's Senate race, John Curtis will hold on to his seat for the Republicans. And Utah's governor's gubernatorial race, Spencer Cox will hold on to this race for the GOP. An update on Pennsylvania, too close to call. A must-win for Joe Biden, and is currently trailing Donald Trump with 75% in. An update on Ohio's Senate race, too close to call. 79% in. This race is extremely close. We cannot make a projection just yet. Sherrod Brown's lead is at just 1% at the moment. And out of Georgia, too close to call. Donald Trump takes the lead in the state for the first time tonight with 73% of the estimated vote is in. And then in Michigan, too close to call. Donald Trump is currently leading by 2 percentage points with 82% in. And in Arizona, Trump is currently trailing Joe Biden by 2% with 75% in, and is too close to call. We cannot make a projection just yet. Now out of Arizona's Senate race, Kari Lake is currently trailing her opponent, Ruben Gallego. It is too early to call. Now out of Montana's 4 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. Montana's governor's gubernatorial race is going to go to Greg. No surprise here. An update on Montana's Senate race, too early to call, 46% in. John Tester is currently in the lead, and his opponent, Tim Sheehy, is currently trailing at 44%. An update on Wisconsin, too close to call. Donald Trump is currently trailing Joe Biden in this state by 2 percentage points. And out of Texas, too close to call with 80% in. Donald Trump is barely trailing Joe Biden, but we cannot make a projection just yet. And out of Nevada, too close to call with 76% of the estimated voters in. Joe Biden is currently in the lead over Donald Trump by 1 percentage point. And out of Nevada Senate race, Jackie Rosen is currently trailing her Republican opponent, Samuel Brown, but keep in mind it is too early to call with only 48% of the estimated voters in. We now can project Iowa for Donald Trump with its 6 electoral votes. An update on the map to 270, 191 for Trump and 142 electoral votes for Joe Biden. We now have 11 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern time from the West Coast. But before we get on to that, another update on Wisconsin. Too close to call, 82% in. It is now a dead tie between Trump and Biden at 46 to 46%, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is currently at 8%. Now the Montana Senate race, too close to call, 57% in. John Tester, the incumbent Democrat, is currently at an 8-point lead. We now can project that incumbent President Joe Biden will pick up California's 54 electoral votes, giving him the lead because of its high electorate. Now the California Senate race is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. Adam Schiff will be California's next senator. No surprise here. An update on Pennsylvania. A must-win for Biden. He is currently barely in the lead. Too close to call. 83% of the estimated voters in. We cannot call the race just yet. Now the Ohio Senate race. We now can project that Bernie Moreno will be defeating incumbent Senator Sherrod Brown. This is going to be another flip for the GOP and the Senate race. His projected margin is going to be by 2 percentage points, 51% to 49%, defeating Sherrod Brown. And now to Nevada, another update on this state. Jackie Rosen is currently trailing her Republican opponent by 2 percentage points, but it is getting very close. It is narrowing down. Another update on Michigan. Too close to call. 49% for Trump, 48% for Biden, and now Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at 8%. We cannot make a projection just yet. We're not going to project that Hawaii's 4 electoral votes will be going to Joe Biden's column. No surprise here. Hawaii's Senate race, this is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. Mazie Hirono will hold on to her seat for the Democrats. No surprise here. An update on the battleground state of Georgia, a must-win for Donald Trump. He is currently in the lead, too close to call, with 87% of the estimated vote is in. With Oregon's 8 electoral votes, Joe Biden will hold on to this state. No surprise here. Another update on Nevada, too close to call with 87% in. It is now a dead tie between Trump and Biden at 49 and 49%. Out of Washington State, incumbent President Joe Biden will pick up its 12 electoral votes. And then the Senate race, Marie Cantwell will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. And then Washington State's governor's gubernatorial race is going to be a hold for the Democrat Bob Ferguson. Another update on Arizona, too close to call with 90% in, and Joe Biden and Donald Trump currently tied at 46%, and RFK Jr. at 8 percentage points. We cannot call this race just yet. Now to Arizona's Senate race, it is too close to call. Ruben Gallego's lead shrinks to just 3%. Another update on Texas, Donald Trump takes the lead in this state. We cannot call it just yet, but we are going to make a projection very soon expected for Trump. And out of Idaho's 4 electoral votes, former President Donald Trump will win this state. No surprise here. Another update on the map to 270. Joe Biden takes the lead for the first time tonight, mainly because California's high electorate, and Donald Trump is trailing for the first time at 193 electoral votes. We now have our 1 a.m. poll closings Eastern time from just one state. But before we get on to that, we have a major projection out of Montana's Senate race. Another flip for the Republicans in the Senate. Tim Sheehy will win this race. 95% in, Tim Sheehy will be next Montana's senator. Now to Alaska, Donald Trump is going to win this state with its 3 electoral votes. Now to Pennsylvania, another update. Donald Trump is currently trailing Joe Biden at the moment, but it is very close. RFK is at 7%, 94% in. We cannot make a projection just yet. We now can call Texas with its 40 electoral votes for Donald Trump. It should give him back the lead. He's going to win by a projected margin of 8 percentage points. We now can call Texas for Trump, 51% to Joe Biden's 43%. Now to Nevada, another update on this Senate race. Too close to call, 83% in. Jackie Rosen takes the lead for the first time tonight by 1 percentage point. Another update on Arizona, too close to call. Donald Trump takes the lead in this state for the first time by 2 percentage points. We now can call former President Donald Trump is the projected winner in the state of Georgia. This is going to be the first flip for Trump tonight with its 16 electoral votes. He's going to win the state by a projected margin of 4 percentage points, 52% to Joe Biden's 48%. With 99% of the estimated voters in, we can project that Donald Trump is going to flip Georgia. We have a major projection out of the Rust Belt state of Wisconsin. Former President Donald Trump will flip the state tonight with its 10 electoral votes. This is going to be a second flip for him. by projected margin of 1 percentage point. Now can call that Arizona's 11 electoral votes will be going to Donald Trump. This is going to be his third flip tonight. This is amazing news for the Trump campaign. Donald Trump is projected to win Arizona by over a percentage point, 45.9% to Joe Biden's 44.7%, and RFK Jr. at 9 percentage points. With 98% of the estimated voters in, we can project that Arizona is going to Donald Trump. This is going to be a fourth flip for Trump tonight. Nevada's 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump is a projected winner. He's going to win by a projected margin of 0.6%, very, very close, 50.3% to Joe Biden's 49.7%. An update on the race to 270, Donald Trump is nearing 270 at 267 electoral votes. He just needs one more state to clinch it, and Joe Biden is trailing at 226 electoral votes. We can project that Ruben Gallego will be Arizona's next senator, replacing Mark Kelly. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. He's going to defeat Kari Lake by a margin of 4 percentage points. We have a major projection out of the Biden campaign. He's going to win Michigan's 15 electoral votes by a projected margin of 0.4%, 45.2 to Donald Trump's 44.8%, with RFK Jr. at 10%. He's going to win Michigan's 15 electoral votes with 98% of the estimated voters in. And out of Nevada's Senate race, we can project that incumbent Democratic Senator Jackie Rosen will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party, defeating her Republican opponent Samuel Brown by a margin of 2 percentage points. We can project that Donald Trump is going to win Pennsylvania with its 19 electoral votes. He's going to win it by a projected margin of 0.4%, with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. polling at 7%, Trump 46.7 to Joe Biden's 46. Meaning that it is official. President-elect Donald Trump, 47th President of the United States, will be going to his second and final term, surpassing 270 electoral votes. This is the finalized map: 297 electoral votes for Donald Trump, and Joe Biden 241 electoral votes. And these are the margins for every single state. Take a look at the margins. And now take a look at the winner of the popular vote. Joe Biden narrowly wins the popular vote by 2 more million votes, 72 million to Donald Trump's 70 million, and independent Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at 15 million votes. We now can project that Republicans will take back control of the Senate. This is going to be another flip for the GOP. They're going to win by 52 seats to Democrats' 48 seats. This is the finalized Senate map, and these are the margins for every single Senate race. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you do subscribe and click the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video instead of missing out on any of them. And stay tuned for more election nights in the future. And we have memberships, so if you are looking for that, it's pinned in the comment section down below. Thank you everyone for watching.